All right, back to Chickamauga, Glory 1, GMT games. We just finished the 15-15 game turn. And guess what? Granger's still stationary. Boy, they must sleep awful hard. The last recovery box, there were 5 units in there. All 5 failed their checks to recover and they were eliminated. Or it should be 4 out of the 5 did. All right, new stuff in the box now, which I'll have to roll for those and then pull those down. That's Wilder's brigade. He got disrupted and forced into a no retreat, or double disrupted. All right, Forrest has brought a little more cavalry up here to get ready to take that victory location. Be nice if the Confederates could take this one Brandon's defending, take it back, and then they pushed Reynolds, Baird, and Palmer. They've pushed them back, and that Reynolds artillery piece is sitting right on that victory location. And the Confederates have a mass in here. I was taking Cleburne up here to help Law, probably 2 of the 3 best brigades in the game. But I might have to turn Cleburne back down here into this. I decided for Cheatham and Breckinridge's division that just came on and what's left of Preston to hold these Union forces, which I'm going to try to get them moving up to here, at least to here, to sort of maybe help out with that objective. And of course, as usual, Wood and Hindman are still stationary. I don't know, I may have to try something there. Well, that's it for the 15-15 turn. We're gonna try to blow through the last 2 turns here this evening and see what the outcome is. All right, we'll get back to you with the 17-30 turn, 16-30 turn. As soon as we're done, we'll post. Thanks. All right, Chickamauga, Glory 1. We just completed the 16-30 turn. Quite interesting. And guess what? Granger's still stationary. Now, actually, he's active now. But both of his chits were drawn. Forrest drew the last chit of the turn, and he rolled up in here and took both of those points and had just enough to move out in front, hopefully to screen Granger, because Granger's going to turn around and attack, try to take one back. Law, he's moving up. He'll probably secure that point. Maybe get out in front and screen, help screen for Granger. Depends on who draws their chits first. Brandon, he's got 1 brigade left here. That's pretty much it. Don't foresee anything happening there. Forrest has got him under control. Forrest had an awful lot of cavalry in this fight. Yeah, they own that one. I don't foresee them losing that one. This was an interesting fight down here. Cleburne assaulted with 2 brigades, got tossed. Johnson, 2 brigades, got tossed. Liddell, 2 brigades, 1 got tossed. Stewart, 2 brigades. They kind of split with Palmer. Palmer's, all 3 of his are routed, or disordered, and both of Cheatham's right there are disordered. I mean, Stewart's are disordered. The cavalry, Union cavalry that came on, they jumped Cheatham there. They ended up getting a disruption, but you can see what that 1 brigade of Cheatham's did to all 4 of those very low cohesion cavalry units. So that, like, yeah, it opened the road up, but you can't use it because the Cheatham's under control still. These guys down here really, they got nothing going on. There's cohesions are bad. I think Johnson did an attack here. Yeah, and he sent Wood's brigade running, then eventually Wood, he just retreated. One of Preston's other brigades, he actually assaulted one of Negley's brigades right there, and actually he pinned him and ended up putting him in the withdrawn box. Sheridan, he's got only 2 brigades there. They won a victory there. Negley, you know, he doesn't have enough strength in that thing to do it. And of course, Wood and Hindman, they're still sitting here, doing nothing, talking to each other. Here's casualties, growing a little bit there. I wouldn't say it's extremely severe, but those are brigades and batteries completely. All right, so there's no more reinforcements except for Kershaw. Yeah, Kershaw's division will come on. But I don't think he'll be able to get into the fight anywhere. He comes on at hex 3931. Just way over here. Yeah, he won't get in the fight. Might not even need to bring him on. So these guys, I think, have done their job down here. Cheatham's doing his job. These Union forces here have done their job, even though there's a mass of Confederates there. So they'll probably take one more shot at taking that if they can find enough non-disordered units. And the Union just hold on. I don't see anything being taken here by the Union or here. I don't see that one being taken. I think this is going to be the only fight will be up here. But look at the cohesion on those cavalry units. That's die roll modifiers there. So, all right. So we'll finish this up, play this last turn, and try to post it back. The conclusion. See you soon. Okay. Finished the last turn, 5:45 in the evening. Game is over. Old forced cavalry. Granger tried to get after him, but it was his second activation before he'd get within combat range. Pegram stopped that first batch right there, and it took that other brigade his max to get there. Well, Forrest's brigade over there, all he had to do was back off, and Granger couldn't catch him. They were trying to get up here and catch this exit location. That was worth 6 victory points. They did catch this one down here for 4 victory points. All right. Law never had to fight, so they kept those 2 victory locations there. They kept the third one here, which they pretty much owned through the whole battle once they took it by law the first time. Brandon got 2 of his brigades back, but just hung on, kept them busy, letting them chase him. Confederates, they tried one attack down here, but they could never get enough brigades undisordered to fight, so they left that one alone. And the Union will maintain that victory location. So the Confederates got that one there. That makes 4. Confederate units down here, they just started to back off and just keep a screen on them and get their units undisordered. Union just didn't really have enough down here. It looks like they did, but their cavalry is pathetic. And a lot of these brigades, infantry brigades, aren't very good. Sheridan's guys did a little bit. Negley's did a little bit until he lost a bunch. And, of course, Hindman and Wood. All right. Turns out there were no victory points awarded for eliminated units or withdrawn units. It was just based off if the Confederates had 15 points after any game turn, victory points, the game was over. If not, at the end of the game, if they owned 4 victory point locations, or victory locations, 1, 2, 3, 4, the game's over. A lot to learn about this game. It's not based so much on eliminated units. It happens, not extreme, I don't think. Protect your artillery. Don't leave them out there by themselves. I didn't do a very good job on either side with that. It's keeping your units not disordered. Now, of course, that's going to be based on die roll, and you have to attack, or else you're not going to gain any ground. So be prepared when you play to take a lot of disorders from pre-charge fire for the defending units, and they will successfully roll a lot on that one. And then get to know your die roll modifier charts for artillery fire, defensive fire, or return fire, which would be artillery fire. Artillery fire on its own wasn't very potent unless somebody was right up in your face. So then you could get some pluses. Like I know one of the Union batteries it was a medium and it was a +4 right off the bat. Well, at point blank range, he gets another 2, so that's +2. So you figure you've already got 6 on your dice when you roll, and you have to get 8 or better than 8. So all you got to do is roll a 3 or better. The other ones, it's a bigger fight to try to pull that off, unless you got stuff stacked. So that takes care of that. Confederate victory, 4 victory locations held. And hopefully we'll try to do a review on this game. Maybe help anybody else out that wants to play. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the battle from start to finish. Chickamauga, Glory 1, GMT Games, Richard Berg design. 19 September 1863, I believe. And we played 9 game turns. See you soon.